as you're reading the book, you're going to realize that technology in 2196 in the story is not that different to what we have today in the 21st century. And you might be wondering why, or you might be questioning that and thinking it doesn't make sense. Let me explain why that's the case. There's two reasons for it. Essentially, the first reason is that whenever civilizations collapse, whenever world orders change, there's often a lack of technological development moving forward. It stagnates. Sometimes they even go backwards, those civilizations or those areas that were under an empire. The most obvious example is ancient Rome, the Roman Empire. When ancient Rome fell, they actually went backwards in a couple of ways. They lost aqueducts, for example. They forgot how to make concrete. So the technological development that they had witnessed and achieved over the previous centuries, it didn't continue into the future. And we've seen this a number of times throughout history. It's a bit of a pattern. So in the story, civilization as we know it today has come crashing down. And as a result, this stagnation has happened again. So that's the first reason. The second reason is, as you get to know a bit more about the Republic, as you learn more about the regime that's in control of society in the book, you'll realize that there's not much freedom. And that's pretty much a feature of every totalitarian state. But with a lack of freedom comes a lack of expression, a lack of creativity, an inability to produce new things, to invent things. And so in the story, the regime that's in control of the Republic has been around for over 100 years. So that's 100 years plus that they have been oppressing these things amongst their citizens. So the system that they have in the Republic, it's not very conducive to invention, to technological development. You need to have a functioning system. You need to have a functioning economy to create new things, to come up with new inventions. And if you don't have that, well, it's just not going to happen. So that's the second reason for it in the book. And I think as you learn more about this context, you'll start to realize why technology hasn't progressed and why most of the things that they use are actually from the old world, from our world today. So hopefully that makes sense as you read the book.